3 because sometimes on a test, students, they're not sure. Like that's laying on the table. They don't know what that is or what that is. But there's only one bone that matches up beautifully with the lower part of the leg, and that's the fibula. Okay, so when you see skinny bones, think about the fibula and tibia. These are long bones, so we're below the knee right now, below the knee. The tibia is that huge bone. Look how thick it is. This is why sometimes you can get kicked in the shins, and it's not going to break. The malleolus just means ankle bone, and there's a medial malleolus on the tibia always. So that way you know, okay, is this the right or left tibia? Well, this malleolus is always medial, so you know this is right side. Yeah, and that's real important. Anytime you pick up a bone, you want to think, okay, where are my landmarks? Because if you know that's medial, then you know this is the medial condyle. Got it? Otherwise, you look at these, they look the same to me. But I go, oh, medial condyle. If that's medial, this must be the lateral condyle, and this must be the eminence between the condyles. So not so bad. Roughened area, the word for rough bone is tuberosity, and this is the tibia, so this is the tibial tuberosity. Not so bad. And it's going to keep the patella snug against the patellar groove of the femur, so the patella floats between here. All right, so if there's a medial malleolus, we need a lateral, and that is formed by the fibula. And one way to remember where the fibula is almost all sports. You can't clip, you can't come in from the side, you can't slide tackle. And that's largely because of this bone right here. Because look how fragile and exposed that is. Yeah. And someone comes in, tries to steal the soccer ball, misses the ball, and they kick this bone. Now we're gonna have a break, and the person's out of sports for the season. So the lateral malleolus always on the fibula, medial always on the tibia. There are a couple of joints. They're very loose joints because we have the tibiofibular joint here and the tibiofibular joint here. Which is which? Well, distal is going to be farthest from the midline, or from the core. So this is the distal tibiofibular joint, whereas this is going to be proximal. Now you're going to say it doesn't look like much of a joint, it doesn't even want to stay put. Well, that's so we can turn, So we want this joint, we want it loose so we can twist and turn. So not the kind of thing you think of as a typical joint. All right, so we got the tibia, we got the fibula covered. Onto the foot. You notice the surface area is really slick, and that is so that it can articulate with the condylar surface of the tibia like that. Okay, so this is going to be the talus, and behind the talus and below is the calcaneus. So this one's kind of spelled weird. Some people want to say calcaneus, but it's a hard C sound. Calcaneus. The biggest tendon in the body, called the calcaneal tendon, is going to attach right back here and grab hold on this roughened tuberosity. So it's a calcaneal, or sometimes called the Achilles tendon, right here. This gives people trouble sometimes. And if you injure too often, it gets pits and it gets really stiff. And by the time you're old, you're hobbling around. So you always want to protect this Achilles. Okay, in front of the talus, this is supposed to be a boat shape. So you have to be kind of creative when you think of that. And that's the navicular bone, navicular, right? Then in front of the navicular and the talus, 4 bones start with the letter C. Easy one is a cuboid, because it's cube-shaped. Cuboid on the lateral side. See, there's the pinky toe. And then these are cuneiforms. There's a medial cuneiform, because we're on the toe side. There's a lateral cuneiform, because we're on the outer side. And there's a middle. Just like the hand has metacarpals on the top of the hand, we have metatarsals on top of the foot. These are the toes, proximal flange, distal flange. Questions?
Do you want them?
Yes, please, yeah.
You did receive them though?